Hello guys and welcome back to Psycho Enigma Drives Toro Rosso. In Formula 1 2012, we're here for the 6th round of the championship in Monaco, and I'm just off the back of a very frustrating qualifying. Not for the reasons you guys might expect, because we got 10th on the grid, which is amazing, but it's not amazing when I'm going to tell you what I'm about to tell you. Q1 we were in 9th, so I figured, alright, you know, this is good, we'll get a decent spot in Q2. And then in Q2 we got 3rd. I was thinking, okay, we're looking competitive here. We can get a really good grid slot and go for a win. And then came Q3. I was going into the first corner, a bit too hot. The back end slid. I'm like, yeah, the back end slides. It caught a bump and it like spun me, hit a wall, and I lost about 3 seconds. So I coasted around the rest of the lap, did a 120, and I was like, that's fine, I'll go again. First corner again, braked far too late and ploughed into a wall, cost me my front wing. I came back into the pits, got it changed, but by the time I came back again it was raining and just there was no grip, so I just came back in on my out lap and just figured that, you know, I might as well ditch this. There's nothing going for me here. So, yeah, we could have had like a 4th or a 5th, you know, anything, but we got 10th. We still beat our qualifying objective. Let me just run you through the downforce nice and quick. It's like nice and simple. Lots of downforce with still my loved touch of oversteer. I love a good bit of oversteer. I've realised the ride height that I set should have really been set higher. It is proving an issue for me on some of the bumps where the back end's getting very skittish. Fuel strategy is simple. Options onto primes. Cautious strategy so we get nice lot of rich mix. And yeah, it's a 10-lap race. A lot can happen. So we'll see how this goes. The first corner and the first lap in Monaco is always destined to be interesting, shall we say. But we have Daniel Ricciardo alongside us on the grid. So I'm looking to come across Ricciardo, get on the inside, and then, you know, that if I do slide wide, I'll slide into someone. Front row is very interesting. We've got Checo Perez on the front row with Romain Grosjean. There's Daniel Ricciardo in 16th. Not 16th, that's his car number. In 9th, and I'm there in 10th. So really good for Toro Rosso. But yeah, and we need to cut across the 7-time world champion there, Michael Schumacher. So let's do this. Usual strategy applies. Rich mix and Kers. Webber's had a bit of a bad start, and Ricciardo's had a great start. We're going to try and filter through there with some good braking. Okay, so we're up into 7th. We're trying to out-drag Rosberg. And the two McLarens, Lyon and Stern, in 3rd and 4th. But we're past Rosberg. So we're up into 5th, and I was hoping to try and get a place in the Mirabeau corner. I wasn't quite in the position to do it there. Can we get it later in the lap on Jensen? And that's really tight to be taking the Lowe's hairpin. There's been contact. I think I just heard contact. I don't know if that was on my rear. And Daniel Ricciardo appears to have slipped back drastically. And the engine's quite warm. Okay, so we appear to be quite good on the brakes coming down into the swimming pool. So if we actually get a good opportunity to overtake someone, we're going to be following a lot of slipstream today. I get the feeling. Well, probably not. When these guys pull away from us, that was close to getting spun out by my own mishap. Perez is in the lead and he's not the fastest guy. So this could mean that we might actually have an opportunity to get some good points. And Ricciardo's not falling back as much as I expected. So we could get a decent haul of points for Toro Rosso here. But it's 20 laps, long way to go. We'll see how it all unfolds. And these guys up at the front are just accelerating away. Like, they're quick. Properly quick. You know, I'm in a little Toro Rosso. There's no way I will be competing with them today. That realisation has sunk in. Although saying that, I appear to be gaining on them in the middle sector. But we're just losing so much time in the first. I don't know. We'll see how it all unfolds. You know, as I've said twice now, long way to go. That's late on the brakes. That was quite bad. And I can't afford to be too cautious, because my main problem is I've been dreading doing Monaco, because I'm scared I'm just going to take a curve badly and just crash into the barrier, lose my front wing, or worse, just absolutely wreck my car, and we'll be out of the race completely. But at the same time, we can't be too cautious and just slip back for no reason.
DRS is now enabled and will be...
That's the subject I want to talk about in this track. DRS, as you've seen from China, Bahrain, I don't think it was as effective in Spain. It was a bit. We are not very straight line speed. You know, that has definitely come to light. However, on this track, the DRS goes down the pit curve, is what I'm likely to call it. So, and it's not exactly that long, and the first corner is not the best place to try and overtake on this track. So I get the feeling we could be okay for DRS. You know, we haven't really got to worry about it. That's my feeling at least, and we're actually hanging on quite nicely to these guys. Oh, I felt the back end go there. Had to get off the gas. Whoa! Yeah, we need to be careful on some of these bumps. We need to know our boundaries, and I've tapped the wall there with my tyre. And Perez appears to be pulling away. It's Grosjean that's holding the McLarens up now. Could Grosjean prove to be the Maldonado from Bahrain that allowed me to get past the Ferraris? Here's the DRS. And we actually have DRS for once in a race.
It looks to us like Button is going to pit within the next couple of laps.
Oh, hang on. Out of turn 1, out of Saint-Devote. We're dragging Jensen Button. We've got past Button. And we just appear so much quicker in the first sector. I haven't got the space or the braking capacity to try and make a dive down on Hamilton in the Mirabeau. No way. Down in the Lowe's hairpin. Now if we can hang on to Hamilton, if we can get very risky on the brakes into the swimming pool. No, he's pulled out too much of a gap. I was going to say we could try and get him down in the swimming pool. He's trying to pull that move on Grosjean. Just look how much more confident we are on the brakes. There's a bump in Tabac that I'm really having to watch.
We're gaining on the car ahead in Sector 2. Sector 2.
Yeah, Sector 2 appears to be our strong sector, which is weird, because that's where all the tight, tricky corners are. So we're going to get DRS again. This is a rarity, and Daniel Ricciardo is dropping back now. Grosjean goes defensive into turn 1. That's never really necessary. Can we outdrag a McLaren for the second lap in a row? We can. Hamilton down into 4th place. The Toro Rosso is coming alive. Now we line up Romain Grosjean. Can we do what both McLarens couldn't? Here we go. Need to focus here. No! I lost my focus for a split second. But we managed to defend against Hamilton. That was crucial. Our dream of second place has not disappeared in this race yet. Okay, that was corner cutting. I'm taking it quite tight there. You know, you can get quite racy with that curb. You know, you can cut it a bit, but not too much. Oh dear, oh dear. We're starting to lose a bit of grip. And now we appear to be holding up the McLarens. They're going to be the ones with the DRS now.
We think the car behind is running on full revs.
That was a poorly constructed lap by me there. Very bad. And I feel as if I've got more oversteer than I actually do. I'm turning into barriers. Grosjean 3.4 ahead of us now. And he's pretty much gained that all through my mistakes. And that's like my new favourite line around the Lowe's hairpin. I I'm using the barriers to steer sometimes, that's not good. You know, but we're not as slow as I was expecting. I was expecting to crawl around and just be at the back of the field. See what I mean? Look, that curve there, that was nicely taken. We could probably take it a bit better than that, actually. You need to be very careful round to back. And look, we gained 4/10 on Grosjean in the middle sector. Raskas, and now coming up to Sandevot again. They're going to have DRS, but they're far too far back to take advantage of it.
Hamilton should be due to pit within the next 2 laps.
Perez is only like a second a lap quicker than us, and our best is 6/10 slower than him. So we're not exactly doing too badly. Not like the first couple of races of the season where everyone's scampered off into the distance. 3.6 behind Grosjean, so we're maintaining a gap. It's a gap that I wish we were still close up on. If we hadn't made these mistakes, we could be past him, but we'll have to see. Hamilton now is going to look to get past the Toro Rosso, and rightly so. My tyres are shot to pieces. I didn't want tyres, I wanted to change my fuel. This is not the thing you want to be trying to sort out when you're on the way down to this chicane. There we go, fuel down to standard. We'll save those 2 laps, we could need them. Car getting unsettled.
The gap to the car behind is less than a second. Be aware he may use DRS in an attempt to pass.
There's no may, he will use DRS, but it's not going to be an attempt to pass. There's nowhere near enough of a straight. And a 118.6, and Perez is going faster and faster, but we're only 6/10 a lap slower, so that's not exactly a huge amount. You know, we're looking okay here. And it could be a case of we could get lucky again in pit stops. You never know, we've been doing that this year somehow. And I'm scheduled to go to lap 10 on these options, and I think that's going to be an interesting call. We'll see how many people filter into the pits this lap, because there is a bit of a queue. Like, if you use a few little gaps, there's a bit of a queue behind me. Not going to dispute that. Grosjean appears to have pulled it out on us a bit this lap. I'm surprised that wasn't corner cutting. 3.5. I don't get
A slight lead over Hamilton.
why we're so quick in the middle sector. Of course, Perez isn't going to pit, and Grosjean isn't going to pit either. Anyone pitting this lap? No. Looks like everyone's trying to get the options to last.
The car behind is on standard revs. The car behind is running standard revs.
So apparently I'll rejoin third if I pit now. That's an interesting thing. That graphic is never right, ever. Apart from if you're first, a minute in the lead, and it says you'll rejoin first. It's a case of, well, yeah, I know that, and we're so slow in the first sector, which is weird because the first sector is usually our strong point. So we're 8 laps into the Monaco Grand Prix. Checo Perez still leads. Romain Grosjean is still second. And of course we've got the surprise package Toro Rosso, as always, every weekend, with Enigma in third. 4th is Lewis Hamilton. 5th is, I'm not 100% sure. Let's take a quick look back. It is still JB with Rosberg and what looks like Fernando Alonso behind him. You know, pit stops haven't been made yet. It all still could play out. And Grosjean's starting to just eke it out on us.
Chasing you, he's less than a second behind and will use DRS to overtake.
No, he will use DRS. I'm going to keep having this argument with my engineer. He can use DRS. He will get nowhere close to me though.
The pit window is open. Box this lap.
And it's going to be interesting to see when people are going to pit, because people
Daniel has come into the pits.
People are going to want their tyres to last, and I think people are coming in this lap. Or Or people just went into the pits. Yeah, look, there's a big train that's just gone in. But it all could get mighty interesting from now. So we're holding up Hamilton. He'll be backed into the pack at some point. I'm thinking come in this lap, you know, split the race perfectly into two halves. A half on option, half on prime. But everyone's there. And the Monaco pit lane is not friendly. Oh god, we've horribly outbraked ourselves. Just slid down that hill like there was zero grip. Yeah, we need to pit this lap. We've lost a lot to Grosjean.
We're ready for you. Box in this lap.
Yeah, we will box this lap, and we look. Perez goes in, Grosjean goes in.
The gap to the car behind is less than a second.
Would be stupid to carry on. Right, we're in, we're in. And everyone, mechanics filtering out everywhere. Hamilton's going to go in. They're all going to go in, and we need to make sure that we're out ahead of them. Come on, we need a good stop. We need a good stop. Come on, guys. 4.4 seconds. We're still ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Ah, screw it. We'll cut it at the end. I'm pretty sure the end doesn't matter. And Button tried to get past Hamilton there and just couldn't do it. We got zero grip on the cold tyres. Button's up to speed. Button's looking racy. I need to keep Hamilton behind me. I don't like it when it... Oh no, we've gone very wide. There's no way Hamilton can squeeze his McLaren through that. I was going to say Mercedes. It's close enough. He's in it in the 2013 season. And that'll be interesting to see. Because, like, Mika Häkkinen's already said, you know, rule out the driver's title for him. And if Mika Häkkinen's saying that, you listen. Häkkinen was one of the best. And I believe Button's got past Hamilton. He has. Fourth positions, Jenson Button overtakes Lewis Hamilton. And I would love to see the McLarens, like, get the Constructors' title. You know, give Button another world title. He earned it in Brawn. Sure, he won six of the 7 races, but after that he had to fight, scratch and claw to retain that title, or retain that lead. And then he moved to McLaren, and since then he's had the package. He was the only one in 2011 that kept the fight going to Sebastian Vettel. 2012 wasn't quite his year, but 2013 he's got a new teammate in Sergio Perez, and I think that's going to be a great combo. Kind of like a mentor-student thing. There's a few other things I'm looking forward to in the season, like Esteban Gutierrez, the GP2 driver, coming up into Sauber, along with Nico Hülkenberg. So Kamui Kobayashi missed out on a seat, but Hülkenberg's a great driver. You know, you saw he got pole, and he's like in Brazil in his debut season, and he almost won it in 2012, apart from, well, what I would describe as trying to overtake Hamilton with a Hamilton-like overtake, and he just didn't have the grip. Track was slightly greasy. He should have really known better, but he still got 5th. He led over half of that race. So he'll be good to see in the Sauber. And who else we got? We got a Mauritia driver. I think his name is Max Chilton, coming up from GP2. He looks like a good young prospect, so that'll be good to see. And Grosjean has still got the legs on us on these tyres, on the primes. There is no catching up to be done. It's all defence from this point out, but more points. Another podium, a second podium of the season in a Toro Rosso is on the horizon in 8 laps time. All we need to do is keep this position. You know, and I had no idea. I thought I'd be contending for like little scraps of points. I never thought at any Grand Prix I would have this much opportunity. Could you imagine if we got a decent slot in qualifying 1? We would have been up there. But can't plague myself with what ifs at this point in a race. I can do that after. Right now we need to look to defend from the hard charging Jensen Button. And they're probably very angry sitting behind him, Lewis Hamilton. No one likes to be overtaken by their teammate. It's like a slap in the face. It's like vengeance. I know I never liked it when Ricciardo beat me twice in the early season. So I bounced back. Got a 7th? Was it? Yeah, it was a 7th place in China. I got a 7th in China, a 3rd in Bahrain, and an 8th in Spain. And Michael Schumacher from somewhere down the field sets the fastest lap of the race. So we are on a roll recently in this Toro Rosso. It'll be interesting to see, because the next week I'm actually not even 100% sure what the next race is after Monaco. Ooh. Don't be thinking about the next weekend. Think about where you are right now. You're at one of the most prestigious races on the Formula 1 calendar, and you cannot throw this away. This is 3rd place in Toro Rosso. It has Minardi blood flowing through its veins. That great line from James Allen when Sebastian Vettel brought round his Toro Rosso in the 2008 Italian Grand Prix. It was a good sight to see back then because Vettel was fresh. And even his wins in 2009, I think he got a few wins in 2009, but it was 2010 when he won his championship. That was impressive. And then in 2011, the dominance just got boring. Like, I didn't actually watch. After like 5 qualifying sessions, I just didn't watch another one because I just knew Vettel would be on pole. I think he was on pole like 15 times in 19 races, and it's like, yeah, just got boring. 2012 was a very unpredictable season. 7 different winners in the first 7 races. Or was it 6 in the first 6? I don't know, but it was a good season. In the end, Vettel just eked it out. 2013 should be interesting. As it should be on this game if, you know, if I get to a 2nd season, I'm pretty sure it will be quite fun. But we'll have to wait and see. 2 officers out of contract at some point. Oh, we've gone in deep. We've gone in deep. Let's try and make... Oh, we made the corner. And I'm thinking about contract offers and actual Formula 1 when I should be concentrating on my driving right now. Because this is not post-commentary. This is live. And this is extremely treacherous and tricky. I've got a car that oversteers going around Monaco with a queue behind me. I'm just like, Enrique Benaldi once held David Coulthard behind him for 40 laps around Monaco. I know it's not been as long, but that train is more impressive than David Coulthard. So yeah, I am the new Enrique Benaldi. And I was a big fan of the Arrows team actually. Like, they did well in like 2000 and 2001. They were certainly interesting, especially Jos Verstappen, who's like got the greatest racing driver name ever. Doing well in Malaysia, that race where we first got introduced to intermediate tyres and the Ferraris just dominated. And yeah, and then he had a brake failure in Canada. How are the tyres looking? They're not brilliant. I feel like turning the wick up. Let's go. So we got, like, in all my talking, I've realised that I'm just talking away, and laps are tumbling. Now we got 4 laps left after this one. I've realised our pace has slowed considerably. Yeah, we need to turn this up now. Like, we're lapping 1.5 seconds slower than my best lap. Everyone needs to keep the hammer down. Just try and get as close to a 118 flat as possible. We're not going to do it with lines like that. And I've just realised I'm in no hope of gaining second. I could throw away everything just by trying to go faster. I feel like Sebastian Vettel. It's a case of you don't need to be going this fast, just get the win, get the position. It's a case of, no, I want fastest lap. And that's the problem. We've only outlapped Daniel Ricciardo at one race this year. Like he's done 4 fastest laps compared to my 1. I don't know where our 1 was. But we outraced him 3 times. He beat us in Australia and Melbourne where we were not on form. But since then we've bounced back. We've had a confidence boost in a haul of points. And we really brought in Grosjean in that sector. Like he was 10.8 ahead. But yeah, we're on for a quick lap, and of course we blow it at the last minute. That's how I roll. We still our best lap of the race, even though I screwed it up. So yeah, we can go quicker. One thing I need to watch now is fuel, because I'm on the rich mix in the dying moments of a Grand Prix. We got +1. I'm sure we'll be okay. I'm positive. 3 laps to go. While I'm doing this, I may as well throw this out there. If you guys out there have any questions you actually want to ask me, then, you know, like a Q&A kind of style. I don't know if I'll do a Q&A video, but if you have any questions you want to ask me, then do it, you know? It's like, I would like to do a Q&A at some point. It's probably likely to be on my main channel though. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that'll be interesting. If anyone's got any questions, just seriously, anything. Sarcastic, funny, serious. Things about Formula 1, things about me. I don't mind. I'm open to debate, even though it's not a debate. Whatever. And if we pitted now, we would come out 19th. So yeah, that's the reason we don't want to throw this away. The back end's getting very light in some of these corners. I'm sorry this hasn't been as exciting as I was hoping. I was hoping to be trying to catch and pass Grosjean. We could have actually got past him at one point if we didn't make a couple of mistakes. But we're doing well, doing nice, up in 3rd. 2 laps left. Just need to bring it home. It's all that I want to do. And I'm sure that everyone in this queue behind me is like, make a mistake. Make a mistake. Because around Monaco, the lap is so short, everyone does post similar times. They all want me to throw it into the barrier, probably. Like I almost did there. Didn't realise how close I was cutting it. And we're optimal.
We have a little bit of spare fuel. We should keep an eye on it. So
there we go. Standard mix. We're 10 seconds behind Grosjean. We're really not that far behind Grosjean. I have no idea how far Perez is ahead. But it'll be a good win for Perez. And I think we're close to him in the championship. So now he's going to take off. As for Webber this weekend, who's dominating the title race, has been absolutely nowhere.
Slightly faster than you, he's catching you.
I mean, I saw him at the... Oh no, there's a Red Bull down there. There's 2 Red Bulls down there. But it's the final lap of Monaco. And if we can get a podium here, I think this will mean... Whoa! This will mean... I don't know which one means more. The Bahrain one... The Bahrain, I had some good mid-race battles. And I clawed my way up from 18th to 3rd. This is 10th to 3rd. We could have been higher, like if I'd pulled together a qualifying, we could have got a win, maybe? I don't know. I don't know how that would have gone, but... And we're throwing it away in the dying moments. Perez built a huge lead in the end. Sergio Perez takes the checkered flag in Monaco for his first Grand Prix victory. Of many, I'm hoping, in the McLaren. And we're just about going to make it round. Don't try anything ridiculous. No one's going to pull a Schumacher on me. Here we go, rich mix. Kurz. And across the line for another podium finish for our Toro Rosso team. 15 more vital championship points. And that was probably one of the most boring races you've ever seen, apart from me occasionally talk babble. Daniel Ricciardo, 13th in the end. No points for Ricciardo. But Perez got the win.
That's a great 3rd place. Congratulations, 15 points.
Mark Webber down in 9th in the end. Schumacher got the final point in 10th. And look at the train that was behind us. Like, we had a long queue of cars, like backing back to Pastor Maldonado, who was only 10 seconds behind us. And, of course, the HRTs and the Caterhams and Mauritius miles off the pace. But what does this do to the Drivers' Championship? We'll see. Webber still is first with Vettel in second. Hamilton is third. Checo Perez up into fourth. Grosjean fifth. Grosjean. We've elevated ourselves up to seventh. I think we've overtaken Button. I'm not 100% sure. But we have 40 Drivers' Championship points here. That's considering the position we were in at the start of the season where we didn't get any points. Really nice. As for the constructors, we are in 6th still. 41 points, 40 of which are mine. Sauber accelerated away from us today with a win for Perez. We're fending off the likes of Williams and Mercedes. Yeah, so it's looking interesting. We're going to go to the next round. I have no idea where it is, but I'll see you in all in a week.